Welcome back. We are on episode 28 of my Stationeers playthrough. So we interrupted construction of the new power building last episode because there is a storm imminently. However, I am just trying to think whether I can actually finish making it fully weatherproof by sealing the floor. As you can hear, it is warning us, but I'm going to risk it actually. So I ended last time thinking actually we'll get in and hide from the storm, but we're going to give this a go. How long have we got? First of all, 350. Okay, that's 3 minutes. 3 minutes? 6 minutes. 6 minutes. That's fine. We've got plenty of time. What am I panicking about? Easily enough time to get caught outside. Right, this is quite low, so let's just quickly change that over. There we go. You can see that the weather station's starting to get a little bit agitated there. Hopefully we can do this. Okay, well, I need 15 of these, I think, from memory. So we're getting there. Come on, go faster, go faster, go faster. Last one, done. Right, okay, let's go, go, go. Fast as we can. Oh, we're now up to danger. Look at that. Okay, that's good. How much power have we got? Okay, we're in a reasonable state. I shall turn that off before we run out of power completely, and I'm going to disable this because this is obviously using quite a bit of power. Actually, what am I doing? I could just turn the whole system off. There we go, conserve power for the hab. Look at the base, all dark.
Storm incoming. Storm incoming. Storm incoming. Danger, danger. Storm incoming.
There we go. It's kind of eerie like this. Right, okay, well. Whilst that's doing its thing, is there anything else we can usefully be doing downstairs? Probably not, but there is some tidying up we can do here because we don't need these anymore. I mean, it's kind of useful to see how long we've got, I guess. That one we don't need anymore. Hang on, wait a minute. That's the transmitter. Why is that turned off? That should be on. No, it was this piece of logic here we could remove, but it does give us a readout on how long we've got, so.
Danger, danger. Storm incoming.
So there's still quite a lot of work to do in the control room down here. I don't really want to get
Danger.
waylaid by a
Danger.
different project
Storm.
though.
Incoming. Storm. Incoming. Danger. Danger.
Battery looks fairly well charged though, that's good news.
Storm. Incoming. Danger. Danger. Storm. Incoming.
Right, so
Danger.
see whether there's anything we can do here. So we've established that we can't use these gas displays.
Storm.
For the temperature, we'd have to actually run a cable directly
Storm. Incoming.
from that network to make those work,
Storm. Incoming.
which is a shame.
Danger.
Although for the internal ones, I'm inclined to do that because they do look much better. So I'm gonna. I think we could probably run them up this side here. Not that we've got any more cable, have we? Used it all. Oh no, I've got 20 there. There we go. Next question is, have we got any red paint? Yes, we have. Okay, so this will make a nice little quick project.
Storm incoming. Danger. Danger. Storm incoming. Storm incoming.
I think that's the storm.
Danger. Danger. Storm incoming. Storm incoming. Danger. Danger.
Oh,
Storm incoming. Storm incoming. Danger. Danger. Storm incoming.
okay, that's a start.
Storm incoming. Danger. Danger. Storm incoming.
That was not what I meant to do. What's going on? Right, that's being very strange.
Incoming.
There we go. Right, okay, let's pull the front off this wall.
Storm incoming. Storm incoming. Danger. Danger. Storm incoming. Storm incoming.
So what I'd like to be able to do is to have
Storm incoming. Storm incoming.
a couple of monitors at least along here.
Storm incoming. Storm incoming.
I think we're going to have, yeah, we're going to have one piece too few. Might be able to do something over here.
Danger. Danger. Storm incoming. Storm incoming. Danger.
No, I've got to dismantle them.
Storm incoming. Storm incoming. Danger. Danger. Storm incoming.
Hand drill does not have enough charge, that's annoying.
Danger. Danger. Storm incoming.
Okay, we're going to have to charge these batteries in a minute.
Danger. Danger. Storm incoming. Storm incoming.
In fact, now I see it, I haven't got anywhere near enough. I don't know why I ever thought I did have.
Storm.
Oh, that's really annoying. Can't get the hitbox on that now. No, I'm actually going to have to.
Storm incoming. Danger. Danger. Storm incoming. Danger. Danger. Storm incoming. Storm incoming. Danger. Danger. Storm incoming. Storm incoming.
There we go.
Storm incoming. Storm incoming. Danger. Danger. Storm incoming.
quite right, but we don't have any more cable, unless we've got any lurking down here, and I don't think we do because we tidied up. Ah! Although we've still got to finish the floors down here. No, I don't even think there's anywhere that I could realistically nick it. Oh, no, I could nick a bit of cable out of there, couldn't I? Look at that. Only need 2, I think. That'll do. Oh, it's the wrong sort of panel on there anyway, so. It's meant to have probably now not got enough charge to do this. Oh, just about.
Danger, danger, storm, incoming. Storm, incoming. Danger, danger, storm, incoming. Storm, incoming. Danger, danger, storm, incoming. Storm, incoming.
Okay.
Danger, danger, storm, incoming. Storm, incoming. Danger, danger, storm, incoming. Storm, incoming. Danger, danger.
Why wasn't that set?
Incoming.
What's going on?
Storm, incoming.
Oh, it's set.
Danger, danger, storm, incoming. Storm, incoming. Danger, danger, storm, incoming. Storm, incoming.
No, I think it was right the first way round.
Storm, incoming.
Thank you, Storm. We get it. I actually think the storm's
Danger,
possibly gone. No room. No, nowhere to put those. Sad times.
storm, incoming.
Um,
Storm, incoming. Danger, danger,
no.
storm, incoming.
Well, disc is a lot easier to lose than that. Yeah, the storm's finished, guys. Why are you still... why is that still reading at 190? Ah, because the power's outside. Right, okay, that's fine. The power's outside, so actually it's got stuck at that point because I turned it off. So it's completely self-inflicted.
Storm, incoming.
Later we'll add some power monitoring to warn me about stupidness like that. However, for now... should we just power everything back up for now? Yeah, we'll power everything back up for a minute. Right, okay, so now that the storm has been through, we can concentrate on finishing what we'd started here. So let's clean this up first of all. We don't need this set up here. Let's just put them away. Okay, I'm going to disconnect this from here. We obviously are going to have to think about how we monitor the batteries. Of course, the power drill is going to be out of power. So let's switch that. Also going to put that in there as well. And actually, whilst we're at it, okay. Right, so what we were going to do before we were so rudely interrupted by the storm was, oh, I'll need the ankle grinder, so I'll need to go and get that battery anyway. Right, at least it's charged now. Didn't take too long. May as well do that while we're here. Right, okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to chop all these out. Hopefully then we can place that in there. We're going to have to do the same right across here at some point, but never mind. Where did I put the battery? There it is. And then that will allow us to put the battery in here. Connected into there. Then we can chop that back out. And if I get in there and do that, there we go. So that's a start. Now, let's think about this. So this is the distribution side, this is the supply side. So that being the case, let's get all these over here for a minute. I will tidy up when I'm done, I promise. Right. That being the case, first of all I'm going to flick this back on.
Hunger critical.
What I'm just trying to think through is we really need to connect this black cable to the sensor line here, but the red, well, let's do one thing at a time. Let's do the heavy cable first. That needs to go down there, and it needs to go into there. Like that. Now ideally we'd not be connecting that into there, but that's a different story. So how much cable have we got? 3. Right, we just need more cable. Oh, actually maybe not. Maybe not. Just trying to figure out the neatest way to connect this. I don't really want to bring it all the way into the room and then across. I think we'll try and route it around the back. It's going to use more cable, but we'll have to probably make some more. On the other hand, it will be much tidier, so you know that's worth it. Right, now if I can squeeze in here. Of course it will have to go that way, won't it, because the other cable's in the way otherwise. Why is that not? Oh, that's it. Very difficult to see what I'm doing in this space. Right. Okay, so we just need to get those two to connect, and then we can run on that black network. We'll be able to run the monitor controls, which we can place on this side here, along with some displays, I hope, because I think it would be nice to be able to actually show the charge locally to the battery as well. Okay, so I think we will get this finished this time. We definitely needed more plastic, didn't we? So let's get that going. So finished, it's done its thing. I have no idea how many more plastic sheets we need, probably loads. Okay, let's go with that and see how that looks. Actually, I'm not going to close that in yet because we want to do something with the purple network as well. Right, now where's that black paint? Or did I use it all up? I think I used it all up actually, as I remember. Yes, I did outside, didn't I? That's okay, we can fix that. We'll just snip a bit off here and then pick that stack up, and then we're good to go. Right. Okay, right, let's turn this off. Okay, now for the messy bit, we're going to have to actually dismantle all of this. So we've got the reader and the writer and the IC housing and the transmitter. Okay, reader, writer, IC housing, transmitter, and of course the light. Right, let's get them all over there. Where's my power drill gone? It's gone in the wrong place, is where it's gone. There it is. Right, now the other thing we will need to do is we are going to need to run. Okay, that's going to fit, that'll be fine there, I think. Yeah, that'll be fine. We're going to need to run a supply cable under here. Which will connect in there. The reason for this will start to become more obvious in a minute. So that comes in here, good, okay. And I haven't forgotten that it needs to be the right colour. Okay, so that's the supply. So we're actually going to move the solid generator in here. It needs to be connected to the green power network and to the black data network in order that all of this works correctly. so it's the most logical place to put it. Now obviously I'm not going to move that quite yet because I don't want to risk running out of power. These batteries obviously are starting to run down, but that is the plan. We will move it in here and it will go on this side of the room because this side should be supply and this side should be distribution, so effectively the power's coming in this side and out that side. I know the wires obviously run under the floor, but in terms of as a control schema, that's how it should work. So with that in mind, first of all let's throw that out the way over there, just give myself some space to work. Right, with that in mind, we need to set this lot back up. Where did I put the logic chip? There it is.
Critical.
Right. So what we're going to want to do is we need a reader and a writer. That won't go on the join there either. So, okay, so this was actually going to make a batch reader that's going to read the average charge of the battery. What was it set to before? It was set to the total. We should have it set to the total. I'll have to figure out a way to connect to the bottom. So we're going to have a batch reader. We need that. I've just had an interesting idea. We could put the data network for the batch reader. It's fiddly. It's not too fiddly though. Put the batch reader there, we can actually run that off the high power network. We want a writer. No, not a batch writer, just a writer. Logic writer. Okay, so the logic writer does need to be on that network. That's fine. Right, so what I'm thinking is we could actually put the input in here. This will save us a bunch of cabling as well. Because that means what we're going to do is connect the data to the red high power cable, which means we don't need any of this around here. Right, well we'll just leave that one. I can't be bothered to snip it. Right, okay, that's a good start, isn't it? That's a very good start because we've now got 39 cable left there. So then this can go into, whoops, it was the right to the first way. The only thing is these wires are a bit fatter and they obscure the display slightly, but can't have everything. Go, mount those in so that'll help us to see what goes where later. I might even run in the rest of the high power cable if we've got enough, but let's get everything else working first. Right, okay, so the flashing light is most useful to us where we can see it out here. Ideally, looks a bit weird with the two-tone there, but that's probably the best place to put it. to be honest. Ah, did that wrong. Dragged it too far. Okay, now next thing, we need to find space to connect these two. So that just needs, that could go there actually quite neatly, with just a little bit of cable on there. And this one on here can go in here. There we go, that's actually quite a tidy setup. Okay. So that should be station battery. That should be charge. Okay, good. So we can now read the sum of the charge. That's a good start. Where's the screw? I can't see the angle. There it is. Hang on, this needs to be in active mode. Right, let's battery charge. Battery charge. Battery charge. I'll obviously have to repair this down in the control room. IC housing. Backup generator. I'm not quite sure how I've managed to set it to itself. Okay, that's good. So that's now transmitting the charge. Right, now the next thing we need to do is the messier bit. How are we doing for charge? We've got some. Right, I'm going to quickly go in and get some water whilst those batteries are charging a little bit further, because the next stage we're going to need to dismantle the backup generator, and I'm certainly not doing that until I know that the batteries have got enough juice in them. Right. Now, actually, let's get absolutely everything set up before I start moving things around. Right, that's all set up, except we haven't got an actual generator. Right, so the next thing we need to do is let's just make sure we're clear It's got a out one end and a data the other, and it's straight each side. Right, okay, I'm just going to try and get the cabling as closely configured as possible to where we want it. Just thinking about this, the input chute is on the data side. Yes, good. Haven't quite worked out what we're going to do with the input chute yet. That's the only thing. Think that's the right positioning. It's kind of in the way there. This would be more convenient here. Still not brilliant, I have to say, but right, okay, let's do it. That's all charged, so now's a good time.
Power low.
Almost perfect. Does that mean that has to connect directly to the battery? I have a feeling it does. Well, it only does the way it's currently programmed. Line 14, let's go and check it out. Yeah, okay. Because it wants the maximum as well. No, so we need to put a quick... we'll just put a logic mirror in, that will be absolutely fine, that will do the job. No point in mucking about making it any more complicated than it needs to be. Let's put this chip back in. In fact, that's what we'll use that space up there for, that's perfect. Let's just go and fling together a quick logic mirror, unless we've got a spare chip handy. No, not today. I mean, we've got a bunch of them inside, but I'm not going all the way in. It will take me far longer just to do that, and then we'll just to make some here. There we go, right, and in it goes, and there we go. Thank you very much. That works. Okay. Right, I think we're in business, so next thing to do is just to label that. So this is kind of working on the assumption that all batteries are broadly created equal, and whether we've got this one or this one connected to it, over time the charge should roughly average out. I'm not sure that's fair, but that's the assumption that I'm going with. Right, I do want to put in another pair of batteries, but I'm just looking at this thinking we're going to have to dismantle all of this lot, which is kind of annoying, but such is life. Right, and that will have to come out. And that will have to come off. That will have to come off. Okay, and I'm going to have the same faff on the next one as well. I may as well just do this all in one go, to be honest. Let's just make 4 more batteries and just be done with it. That will give us plenty of capacity. Then we can turn our attention to the generation side. Right, batteries are us. I expect I won't have all of the materials, but hopefully we can do something. Alright, we're going to need to get some more copper in there, certainly. Okay, they're not stackable. Right, one more. There we go. Right, that should keep us going. Good. Right, where's the green? There it is. And come on. Really fiddly to get in the right place with these. Right, okay, hopefully, if I've done that right, this should be a nice, simple in, In. And in. Look at that. I love it when it actually lines up. There we go. Right, and then we can take those out. Okay, now the next thing we need to do is to figure out why this isn't actually running. I would have expected that to kick in by now. First things first, when it does run, is it charging? Yes. It's always good. Right, I need to recreate that monstrosity at some point as well. Right, so it thinks it's off. Okay, I'm wondering whether it's... no. And now it has kicked in. Okay. I think by just bad luck it's connected to the battery which is receiving the first charge. Okay, we'll figure that out. Right, so what walls do we have up there again? Let's have to figure out which one's which now, don't I? Right, so composite walls on the roof, geometric on the wall. Hopefully that's right. Where's the other one go? In there. Okay. So we did originally have a light fitting above there, but I actually think that's pretty useless now. We'll come up with something else. In terms of positioning, I mean, in fact, once these are quite enough to finish it, once these are closed up, it makes it much lighter in here anyway. Yeah, we're not quite there. Normal wall. Right, so we need a load more plastic. I think we might be there, other than the chute arrangement for this. And the other thing we will do is, you can see this is outgassing. If I close this, you'll actually see the pressure starting to creep up. If I grab the tablet, you'll see, whilst it's not a hugely useful mix because it's nearly all CO2, of which we have quite a lot, we may as well grab what we can. In fact, looking at that, the numbers of everything other than CO2 are not changing. We'll have to do something though, otherwise eventually with the door shut this room will actually pop, which is obviously not exactly ideal. I'm not sure it's quite sealed up enough for that yet. Right, I need steel sheets and plastic sheets. So steel sheets we need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Plastic sheets we need 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, possibly some for outside, and I also need to do something about the floor in here. go, just exactly the right amount of space. Still got a whole load of wire networks that need sorting out, and I haven't also connected up the damn, run out of storage space. Haven't yet connected the data network in there either. Right, we're going to need a vent, so we'll grab that one. There we go, creates a little bit of room. Okay, we've still got tons of walls. I need the other floor grating, don't I? Let's put those in there for a minute. Right. So as you can see, there's still quite a lot of cleaning up of cabling we can do here as well. Obviously now's as good a time as any to muck about with that one. Right, I'm going to throw this back in because it's still trying to run. It's going to take a while to charge 6 batteries. Obviously that's substantially more power load than we were asking it to charge previously, but that's fine. That was really the point of this, was to give us much more capacity. Let's get those running. Right, I'm also going to just drop out a quick IC. We're just going to switch the solar panels over to dual axis IC control because it's easy enough just to add some logic circuits, but to be honest with you, we've got IC code that does it. One chip is better than 7. I've just thought, actually, did I not see steel sheets in the locker? Right, so in the library we've already got some solar control. Let's just grab that somewhere. Probably should scroll a bit slower. Solar control, that'll do. Import that, load that. I know the only thing is this may have been written before the most recent changes. Yeah, I think it was. Okay. The way that solar panels, report their positioning has been changed. So I'm not sure this is going to actually work. It's another example of what should be a quick job but probably will turn out not to be. Right, short term, let's close up some ceiling. Right, I'm going to leave those two for a minute until I've worked out what I'm doing with that data network. But we have got 2 on the top here that they're doing. There we go, look at that, that is a very nice looking building. Keep out of muscle memory going to where the old battery charging happened. Although that does remind me that we should move some battery charging inside. That unit is effectively now defunct as well, isn't it? Yeah, it's serving 0 purpose. probably move the big charger in here, honestly, but for now, let's see if there's a good place that we can put it. It's probably the best place I'm going to find, honestly. Unless I mount it on the wall over here. Just trying to think ahead and think about how we are going to get a larger charger in here. I'll put it on here for now, that's fine. In fact, we can connect it directly to the main heavy power network. Right, hang on, let's just snip that for a minute. Sorry, everyone inside. Right, there we go. Right, there we go. That should be a nice fast charger anyway. Ah, nearly. Right. We may as well print some more grey anyway. Okay, steel sheets. Right, this should be the grey network actually anyway. Right. Save me getting stuck where I always do. Go a different way. Okay, let's close up these walls. There we go. That is looking pretty decent. Right. There's the grey. I was just thinking I knew I'd printed some. I can't even get at that bit. Right, okay, well let's do this bit. Whoops. I think we're going to need really quite a lot of grey. Whoopsie, oh well, never mind. Ah, Now that's a great way to do it. Right, we will get there. Eventually all of these networks are going to be correctly colour coded and we'll know what's connected to what. It's much easier to do this. Also means we'll know what we're turning off when we flick switches in the distribution room. There we go.
Hydration critical.
Right, well, knowing that that works like that, I'm going to do a bit more here as well. I'm not going to do all of it because I'm in the middle of something else, but at least we can do these bits. There we go. Right, and then that disappears onto the floor there. And there we go. Right, I think that's all of it. So, right, the next thing to do is let's find out how badly broken this IC code is then, I guess. Okay, so it's after two sensors, a vertical and a horizontal. So that's a vertical. Oh, what am I doing? Pressing all the wrong things. No, I want that one. Otherwise we'll never know which is which. It really does still worry me every time I see the atmosphere coming out through the walls there. Right, now the horizontal one I believe needs to be on the flat like this, but I'm just not quite sure where I'm going to be able to put it. I wanted it up high. I mean, maybe? No, it needs to be welded. I might have to put it down low anyway. It's not ideal. But as long as it's not shaded, we'll have to move it across this far. Okay, it's definitely not ideal, but I'm going to try it here and see how well it doesn't work. He said optimistically. Right. So let's connect that to there. I feel like running on the jetpack's making my life harder. Right. Right, let's see if we can make this work. Okay, daylight sensor V, daylight sensor V, daylight sensor H. Okay, Solar panels. Okay. Right, that's not a great sign, is it? Okay, I think we need to wait for the sun to come up anyway, so that it can the system can initialize. The biggest challenge I usually have with this script is getting the east-west orientation correct on this one. So we'll just have to see. Quite often I find I've got them tracking but at 90 degrees to where I want them, or backwards. So there's some parameters in the code that just need adjusting to allow for that. Let's see how that gets on. Hopefully that will help us a bit. Right. So I guess the next thing to do is to dismantle this. Now we need to create something equivalently monstrous in here, but hopefully using a bit less space. Although the reason it was vertical last time was precisely as a space-saving technique. So let's see if we can do the same again. Yeah, actually, to be fair, although it looked a bit hideous, it's actually quite a smart design on reflection. Although I think we're going to have to manage with a bit less room in here. Here we go. Right, so we do need to still lay the floors in here. Might use some of that floor grating actually. Use a slightly different pattern than we've used elsewhere. It's nice to have a bit of variation around the place. Could use these. Not exactly a massive fan, but it does the job. Right, we're going to need a load more of those. They're quite useful out here. Okay. Right, the other thing I need to do is I will need some sort of venting, or this is going to cause me problems. But actually the dirty gas line's only here, so in fact it's even closer here, so we actually could bring a vent pipe out, or even under would be quite nice. See what we can do. Place that there anyway, that's fairly discreet and effective. We've got absolutely loads of pipes, but they're all inside. Probably going to need more of those anyway later on for doing the inside. Oops, so let's just I need a valve because it needs to go one way. I'm not going to bother with putting together an active vent. Right, we need to go inside for some water in a minute. I'm not going to bother with an active vent, we're just going to do this using the just a bit of passive venting. I really just wanted to stop that building from bursting if it gets over full. It's probably enough pipe. It's not like we need more CO2. I thought we had khaki paint. Apparently we don't. Okay, only inside. I guess we'll need some then. Let's do that. Let's get some made. Right, we'll need one more on the inside. And we'll connect that one to here.
Health low.
Right, there we go, and let's get this connected. Okay, that gives us a vent anyway, so it's now safe to shut that door. Right, let's figure out what these solar panels are doing. If anything, are they moving? Do need to go in and drink quite urgently. See whether they are actually moving. No, they're not. No, in fact, that's flashing an error. So incorrect variable at line 27. Right, okay. This is probably related to the changes to the solars. Line 27. Okay, that's interesting. That's not a line that I was expecting. Alright, I'm not sure quite what was going on there. I'm going to just reset it. I'm wondering whether it's got itself in a muddle. No, it really is. Incorrect variable at line 27. That's just a jump command. Right, I'm going to have to go and deal with my hydration, so let's at least turn the old system back on. must confess to being somewhat disappointed that the vending machine has not solved our problems in here. Further research required as to quite what's clipping through where, I think. Anyway, right, for now. Right, let's try and debug this code. So, I think it's to do with the changes that have been made on the sensors with solar angles and settings. Oh, wait a minute. Are we missing two? Yeah, we're missing two. We're missing two devices. It wants two memory chips on there. That won't be helping, will it? I didn't notice that I hadn't connected those, or more to the point I hadn't noticed that it needed them connecting. Actually I think they're batch writers. Those will just write to all of the, in which case we only need one more because we've already got one.
Power low.
Yeah, I think what we need is a batch writer to write the horizontal command. So usually the software works better when it's actually connected to the right hardware, I guess. So, you know, that's probably not unreasonable. It's a little bit like getting in your self-driving car and asking it to drive somewhere, except you forgot that you needed to install engines and wheels. Right. So this, what I'm trying to work out is whether this just needs to be as simple as it outputs to, certainly outputs to the solars and to their horizontal. I'm just trying to work out what the input is, unless it's probably buffered through some memory chips. I think that's what it's doing. So it does need memory chips. Okay, this is now turning into more of a hassle than it would have been just to add logic. That code needs rewriting. There's no reason it needs memory chips or batch writers actually. I'll come back and look at that at some point. Should be able to send a batch command to all the solars directly. Anyway, in the short term it does need it, so rather than complaining, we may as well just actually set the hardware up and go from there. Of course, by the time I've done this, the sun will probably be too late to test it until the next day, but you know, that's a start. Right. Right, let's try and set this up properly. So the vertical setting now goes to, oh gosh, there's a lot to click through here, isn't there? Logic, memory, V. Try going the other way, it's probably no quicker. Nah. In fact, it's probably even slower. Logic, memory, H. It's still not happy, is it? Okay, I think there's definitely a need to have a look at this. It's obviously not reading the same. I have to confess, I'm a bit confused why it's got throwing an error at a line that should just be. I'm wondering whether it's. No. Don't know, let's see whether that changes the line number where the error is. Should do if it's the line I think it is that's actually causing the error. Oh, amazing. Or it could just not actually have an error. It's even more confusing. It's probably the sun is no longer on the grid. Yeah, so it's not trying to run anyway. Okay. Alright, well, I'll try and finish configuring the rest of this. I think next time we'll rewrite the code. Solar horizontal, and then this one is the solar vertical, so this one just needs its changing. We've run out of power anyway, so that's a whole different issue. In fact, it's an interesting challenge because we've run out of power. The coal's inside there. Lucky I've got a crowbar. Right, you're coming with me. Right, so I think where we are now, hopefully, is, and I'm going to call it quits in a minute for this run through. Now this is another new problem, isn't it? Thank goodness for crowbars, but just might need a little bit of thinking about that in future. How to refuel the generator when there's no power for the door. And all that circuitry needs to run on a battery backup for the same reason. Okay, so of course we had that previously with the APC, that's what that was doing, so we'll pop that in here somehow. Just think about how we make that work. I guess maybe put it in place of where that transformer is. At least that way it'll get some power coming through and keep the generator going if the batteries run down. And give us power to this door. That's actually a pretty good all-round solution. I think we'll do that now because I'm not going to be doing any more work on those solar panels in the night since I have got no clue what setting they need to be on. Where did I put that APC, or is it in my backpack? No. Oh, what did I do with it? Am I just not seeing it? Is it on the ground somewhere? I'm going to have to watch the video back myself to work out what I did with it. Oh, or has it gone on? It's on my tool belt. Keeps confusing me having those extra slots there. I'm just not used to it. Right, okay, well that's the solution then. Let's do that. I'll grab a battery actually while I'm here. Let's pull the wall panel off so I can see what I'm doing. Yeah, that should be fine. I'll just replace that. Okay, it's going to temporarily probably power everything down, but surprisingly. Perhaps not. And close the wall up. And get the battery and put it in there. That's it. Now we have a battery backup. Plus we have a spare one of these, should we need it. No, I'm not going to confuse matters by sticking an unconnected transformer to the wall. That will have to get put away somewhere. Please tell me there's some space. There's no space. There is no space. Maybe I should recycle some of these old tools. Steel sheets are always useful, I'll have that. Right. Okay, let's tidy up this a bit. Okay, and I think we are going to call it quits for this session. We have completed the substation, except we haven't labelled it. Let's label it. Oh, that just doesn't quite work, does it? We'll have to do that then. Okay, so we've got that completed, and we've definitely cleaned up a lot over here. Look how much more space we've created, and actually there's quite a lot of cable there as well. So we're gradually getting there. So the next major work needs to definitely be the supply side. But for now, that's looking much better. I like it. It'd be looking even better if the emergency light wasn't flashing all the time because we've got no power. Right, let me just make sure these are, yeah, they are running. Right, horizontal angle 172 minus 13, yeah, it's just going to come down to whether or not these are orientated the right way round. Okay, I can't do anything on these until the sun comes up. We'll leave the old ones just tracking it so that at least something is happening. Right, and then we will need to definitely, I mean we can install more solars, that is a start, but we need to come up with something better than that longer term. However, let's at least print a few more. Don't think we can yet go to the heavies, can we? What do we need for that? No, that's advanced alloys. Save us having to either encase them or needs copper. Oh, bonus. Extra copper. Right, we've got enough to make. We've only got enough to make 3 more there. Okay, well it will help. And if I actually make 2 more steel sheets, I've got enough to actually add 3 more layers, I think, to the end of the solar power run. So we may as well do that now quickly. It's not a solution, but it's slightly less bad than what we've got at the moment. May not have enough heavy cable left now though after all of that. There's only 2 left in there. Although don't I have some in my pack? Yes I do. That's 9. Which is not enough. Where's the frames? There's the frames. Okay, well it's not enough, but it's a start. Let's do what we can. Doing something's better than doing nothing. Still a horrible amount of repainting required over there as well. Right, okay, let's do this quickly. One, two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, well we'll get 2 of them up and running at least. Right, and then the other thing I need is glass sheets. Too far. Okay. Got any glass in here? Yes we have. Only 1. Amazing. So I need silly little bits of stuff. Right. Come up 1 short now as well. Well, let's go and see what we can do. Just right, okay. Well, okay. If I can get the dual tracking to work, I can probably squeeze about... what I hadn't realised is that the damage is affecting the efficiency of these, that's why I keep running out of power. Right, okay, that's actually a quicker fix than doing anything else. It's just to get these patched up. Not sure whether the efficiency is gradually declining each time they're fixed, or whether it goes back to 100%, but let's hope it does. It's certainly going to help, right? So efficiency 54. Efficiency 88. Yeah, they're not going back to quite as high as I think they were, but they're definitely going up, aren't they? So, oh, efficiency 30. Yeah, okay, this is definitely making a difference. Let's get this done. I had not realised that that change had happened. It didn't used to affect the efficiency. They just used to deteriorate in health and then die. It's a nice mechanic, and one that I wish I'd known about probably 2 game days ago, but there we go. Oh, I swear I just... wow. Turned it off too quick, didn't I? Yeah, that one's really bad, 33%. That would explain quite a lot if all of my panels were only generating a third of the power they should have done. Some of them are better, to be fair, but not many of them are exactly what you'd call good. Right, okay. Alright, that's a definite improvement. Now let's see if we can figure this out. Right, that is line 27 it is complaining about. I want to make sure I actually exported the code, because it would not be the first time. No, it really is line 27, okay. No, it's definitely that line it doesn't like. It's very strange. Fix R1, fix R1. Fix R1. There's not anything else on that line, no. It's a JAL command going to that label there, fix R1, which it recognises in the compiler. Why are you like this? Incorrect variable. There is no variable. There is no variable. Unless it's something it's doing down here, but even here it's not doing anything. It's really weird. I don't know why it's objecting to this line here. There's nothing on that line that makes sense with that error. I was expecting it to be this one. Or one of these. Okay, this is very strange. I'm going to try this in a different save and see whether or not it works. Or I'll suddenly realise that there's something incredibly obvious that I can't see for looking, because that's the nature of... Right, actually that's interesting. Incorrect argument count at 33. What? Yeah, that is incorrect, but... what the hell? I don't understand how that ever worked. Something strange going on with this code. Something very strange going on with this code. Okay. Okay, well weirdly that's... okay, so it's now Right, so that was the actual error. Okay, let's try. Okay, squeezing a little bit of extra efficiency out of them. That's a start. That wants to put them to 95. At the moment that's on 159, so that we don't want to do. Right, now they're going to park because the sun's gone down. So I didn't quite catch that in time, however, although I haven't fully switched the tracking over, I've switched the horizontal element and it is actually working. So that's good. I'll take that. We'll see what happens when the sun comes up, I guess, but I'm not going to sit and wait for that on this video because I think that has taken quite a while. Right, what I will do once it gets dark is just to continuing mission to make more nitrogen, grab this water, but I just want the temperature to drop down. Oh, actually, whilst we're here talking of nitrogen, what's the state of this? Oh, still ever so hot. Oh yeah, I forgot my suit power had run out, hadn't it? Must fix. Before I freeze to death would be ideal. Possibly putting the ice nearer to the heatsink wasn't my smartest idea ever. Is this just cycling? No, it's turned off. Don't understand why it's still trying to pump anything out. There's nothing in there. I'll turn that off. That should be off. What's going on? All these logic circuits that should be doing things seem to be not. It's not exactly much other than CO2 in there, to be honest, is there? So not missing much.
Hydration critical.
Okay, I've got them before they melted. Throw one in there. And we'll throw the other one in there. Okay, and then I'm going to move inside. I can hear this is still chuntering away. We've got a reasonable amount of power into at least two of the batteries there, though. I can't see the one behind. Oh, actually, it's not too bad at all. So we have at least got some backup power. So that's a start. We'll see how we get on. So right, anyway, I think we shall go inside. Water myself. I feel I should do a greenhouse cleanup, but I'm not sure I can bring myself to do it. I thought I'd cracked this problem, but clearly not. I think at this point it has to be things clipping through the chutes now, and getting clogged up, because all of the produce should be going into the cooker. Well, having said that, that looks to me a lot like produce going up there, which is not the right route. So maybe the vending machine's full. Gradually blowing away here. I'm suspicious that that is not sorting correctly. Oh no, wait, seeds go that side. No, produce. Have I routed these ducts backwards? I think I've actually routed this backwards. This should be set up for raw food. I think. Does that mean there's seeds in here? No. The seeds will go... Yeah, I think I've set these up backwards. I think this is selecting seeds, and I think it's pushing it out the wrong way. That would explain a hell of a lot. I hate sorters sometimes. Right, let's have a look. Oh my god, look at all these pumpkins. Right, the problem is these so convoluted with the chutes in here. I'm trying to work out actually what happens. So it comes in this side. The things that get sorted should be the things that get pushed this way, so that needs to be food. And I think it's set up to sort seeds, so I think it's sending seeds to the cooker and produce to the vending machine, which is backwards. I can't quite prove it, but let's remove. This could be a horrible mess. Well, that's certainly stuff going to the vending machine that is not seeds. Yeah, it's going backwards. Okay, well, there we go, user error. Programmed it the wrong way round, didn't I? Yeah, those seeds are trying to go through that way. Okay, that explains quite a lot. So let's pull that chip. At least it's a quick fix. So the way this is set up, yeah, that's selecting for seeds. So if we just switch that to raw food, confirm that, export that. Yep, there we go. That's what happens when you have to play Twister with chutes, and the ones that look like they come out one way actually go round behind the others, I guess. Right, well, I suppose we try again. Yeah, it'd be kind of nice if there was a way that you could set sorters to work the opposite way round, actually, for situations like we've got in here. Well, actually all of the machines, because the reason that their chutes are so convoluted is because this has to take in this end and put out that end. And there's no option to have it configured the other way round, which would save some hassle in this instance. But there we go. few tomatoes there then. Okay. Right, hopefully now we've got seeds going. Yeah, okay. We can turn that off now, thank you. Proved the point. Now I just need to reconnect the chute. Right, what I'm not sure about is why that hasn't actually just opened and allowed them in at the top there though. I would have thought it would have worked, just would have ended up with pumpkins in the vending machine. Unless there's some unwritten law of Stationeers that pumpkins cannot go in vending machines. Which, I know, possibly there is. I'm prepared to believe that that could be the case. Right, have we got everything else? No, there's a few more that have managed to find their way through where they're not supposed to be. These ferns are looking a bit sorry for themselves. Right, okay. Oh, we've got more over there. Right, we're nearly there. I'm going to just throw that one in and let it cook, just for a change. Oops, terrible throw. Right, okay, well let's hope this works a bit better this time. Hopefully they'll plant. Yep, okay, good. Right. Right, we've got quite a lot in there. Need some more cans for this lot, but in the meantime, a little bit of food, just in case I get peckish. Actually, I wonder whether I can finish this yet. Oh, 1%. Come on. Get hungrier faster, or pour it away, or something. Oh well. Right, okay, so I think that will do for this episode because time's getting on. So at least we've got the power station up and running. The solar panels are definitely not tracking correctly. I should have realised that the sun had come up actually, but I'm not going to get that sorted now. So that is the first job for next time. I'm not sure quite what they're doing. They're tracking, but not in the direction I was expecting. There we go. Right, well, fun times. That's probably what happens when you have two different types of logic trying to control the same device. And it's not quite happening, is it? But there we go. Right, anyway, that is it for this episode, so I hope you have enjoyed it. Again, it's turned into a bit of a marathon one, but at least we've got our substation up and running, which is a great start, and we can start to get things working a bit better with the power for the next time. That's literally made it terrible. Okay, well, there we go. More work required. That's my first job for the next episode, but for this one we're coming up to 2 hours, so I'm going to call that a day, and I'll see you on the next video. Oh, look, they nearly might do it. They might do it, but we'll never find out. Tune in next time.